Good day to our professor, Dr. Ellen Basila. I am Isabel Paro, a MAED-Sci student, and among the three types of ecosystem, I chose to present the freshwater ecosystem, specifically a lentic ecosystem, which is a lake. So, my study area was at Lake Bato, which is a freshwater lake. And just a short trivia about the lake, it's the 7th largest in the Philippines, and it is located in, of course, the town of Bato. It is known that the sinarapan, or the Mychthystis luzonensis, the world's smallest commercially harvested fish in the world, is also found in its waters. At present, the sinarapan is threatened by extinction due to overfishing and other factors, but efforts to conserve it are still ongoing. So, such is the species importance to the lake's ecosystem since it is endemic only to this region.
So I will be presenting Module 12, which is all about freshwater ecosystems, specifically freshwater organisms, plant and animal study. So again, my study area was at Lake Bato, located in Bato, Camarines Sur.
So aside from plants and animals, there is also the presence of algae or algal blooms due to eutrophication. And we know that eutrophication is where the environment becomes enriched with nutrients.
Here are the list of the freshwater plant species that can be found in Lake Bato. We have the water spinach or kangkong. So the scientific name of this is Ipomoea aquatica. Its classification is that it's a marginal species, it's free-floating, and it is a plant with aerial parts exposed. The population of this species is abundant. Here are some adaptations of this plant. Kangkong leaves and stems are flexible to move with water currents. The leaves float on water, exposing themselves to sunlight. Nutrients, water, and gases are absorbed through leaves directly from the water. The air spaces in stems allows them to float. Next, we have the water lettuce, water cabbage, tropical duckweed, Nile cabbage, or shellflower. The scientific name of this is Piscia stratiotes. So the classification of this species is that it's marginal, it's free-floating, and it is a plant with aerial parts exposed. So the population of this species is rare. Tiny hairs on the roots and leaves enable the water lettuce to float, making sure that it does not drown in its watery environment. The shape, a kind of rosette, resembles that of a cup, which is another adaptation allowing it to float. The common water hyacinth, or the H. hornia crassipes. So it's marginal, it's free-floating, and it is a plant with aerial parts exposed. The population of this species is abundant. The primary adaptation of the water hyacinth, H. hornia crassipes, is its hollow bulbous stem below each leaf. This allows the plants to float, keeping the leaves and flowers above the water so they don't rot. Next is the giant bulrush, or the Scirpus grossus. The classification of this is that it's marginal, and it is a plant with aerial parts exposed. The population of this species is rare. It can reproduce from both rhizomes and seeds. The seeds are dispersed by wind and water. It can survive seasonal drought with a water table more than 3 feet below the surface, and it can tolerate alkaline and saline conditions as well as fresh water. Its shape makes it able to stand rigid and tall against the wind and moving water. Next, we have the hydrilla. Its classification is that it's completely submerged and the population of this plant species is abundant. Hydrilla is a submerged hydrophyte. When we talk about hydrophyte, it grows only in or on water, and it is found attached to the substratum by adventitious roots in freshwater lakes. The growth of hydrilla enables it to compete effectively for sunlight. It can elongate very rapidly until it nears water surface where it gets sunlight. So let's now proceed with the freshwater animal species that can be found in Lake Bato. So we have the freshwater mussels or the Sundadontina branti. It is attached and abundant. Mussels spend most of their life in a small area of the lake that they inhabit. However, they do not have the ability to move around with the use of their muscular foot. Mussels insert their foot into the sand or gravel and pull themselves forward, inching their way along the bottom. Mussels group tightly together to reduce individual exposure to sunlight, preventing their water store from drying up faster. Next, we have the freshwater snail or the Oncomelania hupensis quadrasi. It is attached and abundant. The Pomacea canaliculata and the Sulcospira pagelli are also attached and abundant. Freshwater snails adapt to aqueous habitat through the use of gills that take in oxygen given off by underwater plants, while filtering nutrients into their systems through breathing water. Then we have the freshwater shrimp or the Crustacea decapoda caridea or the Macrobachium sp. So it is free-moving and abundant. Freshwater shrimp have a body that is flattened sideways. They use their front legs to crawl along the bottom of the lake and swim sideways by moving 5 pairs of segmented swimming legs, which propel a stream of water over their gills as they move, allowing them to obtain a constant supply of oxygen. Then we have the different freshwater fish species found in Lake Bato. We have the common carp or the Cyprinus carpio, the tilapia or the Oreochromis niloticus, gabifish or the Glossogobius guris, the Trichopodus pectoralis, the talusog or the Chana striata, Anabas testudineus or the climbing perch. We also have the Leopotherapon plumbeus or the silver perch, and the Sinarapan or the Mystichtis luzonensis.
Since Lake Bato is a large lake, therefore I can take pictures of all the fish species that are available in there. So I asked some fishermen about it, and I also had my own research, and I found out that there are several other fishes that can be found in Lake Bato, aside from what I had introduced a while ago.
Ranimugil heterochelus or the half-fringe-lip mullet, Leopotherapon plumbeus or the silver therapon, Clarias batrachus, Thai catfish or Asian catfish, Barbodes gonionotus or the silver barb, Trichopodus pectoralis or the snakeskin gourami, Powecilia reticulata or the guppy millionfish, Xenarchopterus sp river garfish half-beak, and the Powecilia spinops or the wind molly. The type of animals that have the highest population are the free-moving animals like the fishes, and the least population are the transient species. Fishes are adapted to move efficiently and sense their surroundings underwater. They've also evolved coloring to help them evade predators and gills to get the oxygen they need to survive. Transient species include the purple heron or the Ardea purpurea, and the black-headed gull, the Croisocephalus ridibondus. Aquatic birds have adaptations that include webbed feet, beaks, and legs adapted to feed in the water, and the ability to dive from the surface or the air to catch prey in water. This adaptation, combined with long legs and a long neck, allows herons to forage successfully in a variety of aquatic environments and on an extensive menu of prey. Their bill is adapted for probing, gasping, and on occasion spearing prey. All herons have large beaks with sharp points for spearing fish. Lastly, we have the water strider or the Aquarius philippinensis. Water striders are free-moving and rare. So, their adaptation is that they use the high surface tension of water and long hydrophobic legs to help them stay above water. Water striders use this surface tension to their advantage through their highly adapted legs and distributed weight.